I am the youngest of four brothers, so I grew up in an area called Kensington. My life I actually grew up in Kensington. So we grew up in a household where it was a family house. So
my dad used to sell drugs, smoke drugs, use drugs. Because the lifestyle in the house was always, there was always like a kind of a party vibe. People used to come drink. My dad would sit in the yard with his friends, busy smoking drugs. So my brothers, them in their room, they will be sitting and drinking, drugging, whatever they be doing. So that is kind of the lifestyle that was here for me. Also when my dad the sheriffs of the court came and they kind of took all our belongings and put it on the side of the road. We needed to move out because of my dad's habits of smoking. He didn't able to pay the bill of the house and stuff like that. And obviously sheriffs of the court came and they put us out. And that kind of also fueled me to go more into finding covering in a gang, because then I was covered, because you walking around and you had status, man, because of being part of the gang. And for my parents, on the other hand, it was a bit challenging with them because they needed to move to drugs and to gangsterism. Smoking drugs just maybe to numb the pain, numb the feeling. Split the whole family, and that sense of belonging, a family belonging together, man, it kind of just died. And then I needed to just hustle for myself. It's all because of the decisions that I've made to be part of a gang, and I needed to make a decision. So either I'm done with gangsterism and then be part of the family, or I chose to be part of the gang than to be part of my family. Lekker. Ja, ik zie het daar staan, ja. The place where I took my first hit of drugs was that house. And I came to him and I asked him, what is this? And he told me, no, it's crystal meth. And then he kind of introduced me to smoking it, because I didn't know how to smoke it. Yeah. For some of the friends, was one of the ladies I grew up in front of, man.
Because of my affiliation with my family and also they were having this violent nature, it was kind of easy for me to kind of go into the lifestyle of gangsterism. I was very good in schoolwork though. Academically, I was a strong student. So when I was in primary school, I always excelled in my marks. I was always one of the top 3 students.
I was his Afrikaans teacher, and he was a very intelligent boy, and he went off the rocker in grade 10 and grade 11. He made bad choices, poor choices with the friends that he became friends with. He had a lot of potential, and I knew if he just changed his lifestyle, that he could become a role model for the learners.
My mischief and stuff that I caught on school, and Miss Julius at that time, which is Miss Hazel now, she would always be my advocate and always advocated for me, and always tried to see the better side of me, despite of the fact. And I went into gangsterism full time, but then I was a fool all the time. If I could reverse anything, I would reverse that decision as to saying that moment in my life where I just got up and stormed out of school for absolutely no reason, because what they wanted the best for me. I remember I came after school
and the principal was sitting and he's talking to me, and I just got up and I told the principal, you know what, you can take the school and you can shove it up in your ass. And I walked out of school. After school, I came to school and I had a bottle of Jack Daniels in my hand and a massive American flag. And I was standing in front of school and I told this principal he can do nothing for me because I was drunk and all this stuff. And then I went full time into gangsterism.
Then I started a gang called the Bad Boys. Not started, the gang was already existing, and then I kind of just became into a position of becoming some sort of leader into it.
Different sectors in the gang culture. So my sector was purely to make money. So I was good with the mouth. I could always convince people. I was likable. I didn't have a reputation of being in any gang culture. So the area in Kensington that we stayed in, it was a lot of English-speaking guys. And so my main objective was to get them hooked onto drugs so that we can start selling more. With that happening, so then obviously now is where the shooting started happening and where you get involved with these high-risk activities. So it's no longer just selling anymore, but now it's what is it? You need to walk around with the firearm.
This is a corner, yeah. So this is was kind of also where we kind of stood and we kind of did a lot of our selling out of here as well.
You too, man.
Huh? I'm good, man. Bishop, alright, man. Good, man. Good. Oh, good seeing you, man.
Nice seeing you.
Wat gaan nou hier aan? Wat gaan nou hier aan?
Wat bij jou?
Goed, man. Yeah. It's my name still written here. And that's how many years ago now. And it's still, you can see a bad boy. Mano and Albert. So this is here, Albert. It's Mano, bad boy, and here we have BBC. I'm getting now flashbacks of when we wrote those stuff here on and in the middle of the night, we used to push out drugs in here, but we kind of have a string here. So when we kind of needed to pull it out again, we kind of pull it out again. That loose. So what we do, we kind of used to move this and put our stuff there. We kind of hide it there as well. So this is was kind of also where we kind of stood and we kind of did a lot of our selling out of here as well. It was like kind of an access for us to go down here.
When the police come, I stand there and I sit and I say, you better run there, the police come. And then they run in here, all over. They have all, here around the corner, they have a lot of friends.
Now I stayed here as well. The guy that I was affiliated to, the drug lords here, kind of stayed there as well, and I stayed with him. And we kind of did our selling from there. Went up till there, we broke into that storeroom there and stuff like that, and we went and we chilled there every night. So we used to come at the back, go up, and we would get ourselves into that space there, and we would just chill and use our drugs there, and we kind of have a lookout. It was kind of with all our friends, we kind of had a certain whistle that we had. So when we used to do that whistle, then the friends would know it's time for them to come out now. Then we would kind of just meet each other here on the corner. So we kind of, this area was kind of predominantly what we kind of protected, and a lot of our selling happened in this specific corner. But it is also on this corner where they shot my one friend, when they shot Clint. So he came out of, was going out to that barber. He came out of this barber at the bottom, and when he came out, they shot him, and he died on the scene. But it was out of this very barber. The reason why I would remember what actually transpired, we then decided we're going to have white tackers on, blue jeans, and a yellow diamond jersey. He had a yellow diamond jersey on with these white tackers and blue jeans, and I had the same thing on. I remember there was a lady that said that she saw me walking, and when she saw the part of the body laying here, she thought it was me laying here. His mommy was very upset with me, and she kind of said, yeah, it's because of me, because he's associated with me, that's why he lost his life. So a lot of these things kind of just kind of dropped, like I needed to make a change in my life. When you come into the gang culture, it's always, if they don't get you, they always get the person that is close to you as well. Couldn't go to any of their funerals, so their family was feeling that I couldn't come to the funerals. It was about, yeah, it's because of me, that's why their children is dead and stuff like that. So I remember I was standing here, and at that time there was a pastor that was staying here, Pastor George, and he came to me and he tapped me on my shoulder and he said, Albert, you need to make a change in your life. And at that time, what change is it that I can really make? Those was his words to me. He said, so you see a dark cloud walking behind me, and that is the death, man. And if I don't change my life, I will end up like my friend ending up here.
And this one specific Saturday, so I had this friend, we should call him Jackson. So he was a very, very, very good dancer. So hip-hop dancing, break dancing, groundworks, whatever dancing, that is what Jackson could do. So he wasn't a gangster, he wasn't affiliated to a gang, nothing like that. Then he started hanging out with me, but he hanged out with me because he thought it was cool to hang out with a gangster.
He was a small brother for me. You know, like the small brother that you kind of just want to take. He was always just with me in the sense of trying to be with me whenever we kind of hanged out and had a good time, party and stuff like that. So he was never around when I used drugs. He was never around when we kind of were on our bad boy behavior. When he was shot, they just like kind of leave it like, yo, it had to be me, man. I think I needed to die than him because he had his whole life ahead of him. He wasn't living the life that I was living, and he was 10 times better than what I was. Where I'm standing now, we were sitting here on this wall here, but it wasn't this pretty as it is now. And we were sitting here, and then I decided I'm gonna go over the road and go buy some tikka chicken. So I crossed the road and I gave him the drugs to keep. So when I came back, The guy then saw me coming on, he took out his firearm, he fired 2 shots on me. When he fired two shots on me, I then came and I kind of just stood and I could see what was happening there. And what happened is like they then shot him thrice. He fell to the floor and they stood over him and they emptied the gun on him. So then they shot him about 14 times. They shot him, and I had him and I kind of held him in my arms, and that whole movie scene at our play when somebody dies in your arms, that kind of happened to me. So he was laying in a pool of blood, covered in bullet holes, and me on my knees holding him, and just like even the look on his face when me speaking now, I can kind of just imagine him kind of look out and trying to wanted to say something, but nothing, only blood coming out of his mouth, man. So it was really, how is it possible for me not to be shot once, and yeah, he's been shot 14 times. And so this was my turning point where it turned me into making this decisions that I needed to make. And it kind of, when it comes to you making that change, it doesn't happen instantly. There is a build up of events that happen when you get to that point of saying, okay, this is what I really want to do, but this incident after incident after incident, but this is one of the significant incidents in my life that kind of spiraled me into making that decisions that I needed to make to bring me where I am today.
I think it was now, say last week on the 31st of May, I celebrated 13 years of my sobriety. So it's been a whole journey of 13 years, but it all started where, from that whole shooting of my friend 14 times, the shooting of my friend on the Wednesday morning, the shooting of the other guy in the car, that all built up to me making a change into my life. And today I'm a married man, I'm a father of 2 kids. I'm married to a beautiful wife. I am a community worker. I do a lot for our community. I've got my own campus that we have, running our own campus. So everything that I've learned in the time period of being in gangsterism, of how to influence people's lives negatively, I've turned it around to use it and influence people's lives positively. Yeah.